All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to rock and roll. Time to get started here. You know me if you've been here before, but if you're here for the first time, we're talking cash flow. We're talking wealth building. We're talking about changing your life. How in the world can we get you to the next level? Where do you want to be with your finance? Now, I've talked to thousands of people, like I said, but I have not found 50 people that were on track to get personal financial success done in their life. They were not on track. And you have to ask yourself, why in the world, in this country, the wealthiest country in the history of the world, is this happening? See, there's more money here than anywhere else, but most people here never get to financial success. So now, I'm going to put a couple of bullet points up here. We help people generate unlimited cash flow using financial strategies and business building. Now, do you want limited cash flow or do you want unlimited cash flow? See, if you want unlimited cash flow, you're in the right place at the right time with the right company. All right. Debt free, technology driven. Why is that important? We're not a fly by night deal. You don't got to worry about if we're going to be around. We're going to be here. The question is, are you going to be here? This train has already left the station. Or do you have your ticket to financial success? Or are you sitting around waiting to see what the government is going to do? Okay. Now, sometimes as I go through this presentation, people say, hey, I want to check you out. No, you don't need to check us out. We've already been checked out. Now, let's talk about more cash flow is essential for financial success. See, a lot of people have a lot of different reasons why they want financial success. Okay. Now, let's talk about it. Maybe you want more lifestyle. Okay. It means you want to live better. You want to drive better cars. You want to live in better homes. You want to send your kids to better schools. You want to live in better communities. Nothing wrong with that. But that's going to take more cash flow. And where is it going to come from? Okay. Maybe you want to do more investing. You want to buy rental properties. You want to get some cars to put on Turo. You want to get you some Airbnbs. You want to take some money and some cash and put into an investment account and make more money. See, when is the last time you bought something that makes you money without you touching it? If you're like most people, the answer is never and hardly ever. And that's a problem. Here's why. Because if all your money is attached to you, that means the last time you work is the last time you get paid. You can't afford that system. You know why? Because as soon as you stop working, do your bills stop? No. Do your expenses stop? No. So you got to figure out where cash is going to come from now while you're not working. So you need some cash flow to invest, to buy income producing assets. What about debt elimination? You want to get 100% debt free. You want to pay off these car notes, credit cards, student loans, mortgages. Well, that's going to take more cash flow. Where's it going to come from? Maybe you want to give more to the church. Maybe you want to feed the children. Maybe you want to save the whales. It don't matter what your reasoning is. The bottom line is you need more cash flow. And where is it going to come from? Okay. See, everybody wants more cash flow. Individuals, companies, nonprofits, and governments. If somebody comes around me saying they don't want more cash flow, I'm going to probably try to get away from them because I don't want whatever sickness they got. See, I think it don't matter what happens in this economy, you're going to need more cash flow. It don't matter who the president is, you're going to need more cash flow. It don't matter who the Congress is, you're going to need more cash flow. I have never met a time where I just say if I just had less money, things would be better. I don't think so. Okay. See, we want to help you get this cash flow two ways. The first way is through financial strategies. This is extremely important. This means, can you follow directions? If you can follow directions and be coachable, then guess what? You can make great success with the financial strategies. See, it doesn't matter what your educational background is. It doesn't matter what your selling ability is. It doesn't matter, if you're a woman or if you're a man, okay? It doesn't matter if you're tall or if you're short. It don't matter if you're in Florida or if you're in Michigan. If you can put the square peg in the square hole, you can have success. If you can count 1, 2, and you know the next number is 3, you can have success. But if you start saying 1 and 1 is 7, then we're going to have problems with these financial strategies. But now let's talk about the second part, business building. Business building is extremely important. Sometimes people say, well, John, business, I don't know, that's not really for me. Oh, yes, it is. Because, see, you have to build an income that you own somewhere. Number two, some people say, well, I need to get me a business idea. I need to get a product. No, you don't need to create anything. As a matter of fact, you can buy into someone else's great idea. Mine is a great idea. You know how I know? Because we've created millionaires every year since 2005. We've been in business since 2005. We're 100% debt free, and we're getting people to financial success. So I know it's a good idea. Let me give you some other examples of where this took place in America. See, Ray Kroc was selling shake machines. He walked into the McDonald's Brothers restaurant and said, man, this is a great system. He said we can package this up and sell it as a franchise to other people that want to become entrepreneurs that don't have an idea or a product. And that idea went all over this country. And then it eventually went all over the world. They have over 30,000 locations today. Ray Kroc became a billionaire, and it wasn't even him that created the system. It wasn't even his idea. See, you can buy into a great idea. You can operate under our umbrella as a business owner, plug into our products and services, and make money. We're going to talk about that in a minute. Okay? Now let's talk about our flagship product. Our flagship product is something called the Financial Success Membership. The Financial Success Membership allows you to do what we deem something called income shifting. Now, what in the world is income shifting? That's shifting cash flow from other places and bringing it back to you. What places? Places like the IRS, places like other creditors. Imagine having very little taxes that you had to pay every month. Imagine having no creditors that you had to pay every month. How much more money would you have? Now, if somebody created a system that could help you with that, is that what I call a bombshell product? Absolutely. Well, that's the income shifting membership or financial membership here. See, step one, we're going to give you what is called the quick cash flow increase. We take you through a 15-minute training. What we have found is over 100 million people in this country have the W-4s filled out incorrectly, and they pay too much in taxes to the tune of $200 to $300 extra per month. Now imagine having extra $200 or $300 or $400 per month back into your paycheck. What would you do with that? Okay. Now let's say we get you step one, $400. Let's move on to step two. Step two in the Financial Success Membership is further minimization of your taxes through tax advantages of a home-based business. Now I want you to think about this. In this country, business owners get tax preferential treatment. If you don't believe it, just Google Amazon paid no taxes. You'll find out they made billions of dollars and paid none. Just Google Netflix paid no taxes. You'll find out they made hundreds of millions of dollars and paid none. Just Google 55 companies that paid zero taxes. You'll find a lot of companies on there that you heard of. Let me give you some examples. FedEx. Let me give you another example. Nike, when you bought the Jordans. Let me give you another example. Charter Communications. See, let me ask you a question. You made 70,000, 80,000, 90,000, and you paid taxes. It must be something you don't understand. Because these people didn't go to jail. But let's talk about it further. See, you can get tax deductions that you cannot get as an employee, as a person, and as a business owner. Let me give you some examples of those deductions. Driving your car, you're going to do it anyway. Paying your car note, partially deductible, you're going to do that anyway. Paying your cell phone bill, you're going to do that anyway. Paying your internet bill, you're going to do that anyway. What about going out to eat? You're going to do that anyway. What about taking care of your children? We show you how to get up to a $14,000 tax deduction for doing that for each child. And I'm not talking about earned income tax credits and stuff like that. I'm talking about further beyond that. What about every time you travel? That now becomes a business trip. You can deduct that. Well, at the end of the day, you're going to pick up probably $20,000 to $30,000 in deductions on stuff you're already doing. And now every $10,000 in tax deductions will save you in real cash $2,500. So the worst thing that can happen to you by having this membership, we're going to help you save or lower your taxes by at least $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 every year for the rest of your life. What is that worth? Let's continue further. Now, you may or may not need this, but this is our build great credit strategy. We found that there's 100 million people in this country that don't have 750 credit. And you know what happens when you don't have 750 credit? You're going to overpay for things like buying a house, buying a car, credit cards, car insurance. You're going to buy 2 or 3 houses in your lifetime. You're going to buy 6 or 7 cars in your lifetime. And by you not having excellent credit, guess what? You're going to overpay by $400,000 to $500,000. Did you hear what I said? You're going to pay for those things, hundreds of thousands of dollars, and go over what you're supposed to pay for them by $200,000, $300,000, $400,000, $500,000. You can never get to financial success and do that. You can never get to financial success by giving away a third of your income to taxes. You can never get to financial success if you continue to overpay for things. Now, let's say step 2, we got $200 because we can take that into account in the cash flow strategy. And then we got another 200 here on step 3. Well, in total, we put $800 in your pocket on just a strategy, and we're just getting started. Now, I want you to think about this. That's $800 new dollars every month. Now, we got step 4, our debt elimination software system. We've had people pay off over $100,000 with this system. But here's what typically happens. The average person can pay off everything, including the mortgage, within 3 to 7 years with this software. See, imagine taking 400 of that 800 that we just created and dropping it in this software system. Bam, you start paying off credit cards quickly. You start paying off car notes quickly, right? Let's say you're on this for about 2 years, okay? 18 months, 2 years, right? Look what happens. You paid off a car note. That was $500. Paid off a couple of credit cards. Let's say that's another $400. Well, you got $900. Okay, well, now you got $1,700 in total. You got the $800 that you freed up in cash flow from income shifting. You got the other cash flow freed up, like getting it from the creditors. We got a total of $1,700. Let's move on to step 5. Let's start investing like the pros. We're going to teach you how to invest that money and make money with your money. Show you how to understand the stock market, understand S&P 500, understand opening up an investment account, open up IRAs, open up a SEP IRA. See all these different things you can do, right? Well, not before long, you'll have $10,000 with compound interest. Not before long, you'll have $25,000 with compound interest. Not before long, you'll have $50,000. Not before long, you'll have $100,000. That's income shifting. You see how powerful that product is? There is no other company in this industry, no other company in the world that has anything like it. Now, what is it worth? Somebody will charge you $1,000 for the investment strategy. Other people will charge you $500 for just building great credit. Do you understand this is $1,000 to $2,000 in value? And you can get this, I'm going to let you know right now, for $45. You'll spend more than that at a good restaurant that give you some real good food, go to your favorite restaurant, you and your lady, you and your husband, whatever, and guess what? In 2 hours, you're hungry again. But now you eat forever on the cash flow strategy if you just take $45 to get the membership. Now, remember what I said. Now, that's one of our core products. But we got some other stuff. Remember, we said you're operating under our umbrella. You don't have to figure out products and services. So now here we go again. We've got a product called the Zingo Travel Club. It is second to none. Up to 70% in savings when you travel. 110% best price guarantee. That means if you find it cheaper within 24 hours of booking it, we're going to give you 110% of the difference. That means we cannot be beat. Generous reward credits. That means you can, as you spend money with the membership, you accumulate rewards, and then you get free travel. Now, if you got a card that you get reward points and all that kind of stuff on, hey, guess what? Use that card too. Get you some reward points on that. You double dip. We got all the great players, 1 million hotel rooms, 50 rental car companies, 15,000 cruises. I'm tired of talking about it, okay? But let me tell you how much it costs, $139 per year. You know a lot of people that want that, right? Why wouldn't they do that? They would be crazy. But now you get a $39 commission. Over the next 2 or 3 years, let's sell 1,000 of these out here on social media. Putting them on your TikTok. We're going to teach you how to do that. Putting it on your social media, Instagram. Put it on your Facebook. We're going to teach you how to do that, right? Well, now you got $39,000 in residual income every single time they renew it. We pay you the $39. Now you got long-term money. That's called long money, not short money, long money, okay? Hey, do you know anybody that wants to lower taxes? Yes. Do you know anybody that wants better credit? Yes. Do you know anybody that wants to pay off all their car notes, credit cards, and student loans with some of the government's money? That's yes. Do you know anybody that wants to be investing that maybe they're behind on investing? Yes. Do you know anybody that wants better credit? Yes. Do you know anybody that wants to save on travel? Yes. Do you know anybody that wants... See, we've got everything and everybody covered. We share the information. We let them know what we got. How do we do that? We do live Zooms like what you're looking at here. We got videos also that are pre-recorded, okay? Pre-recorded video with testimonies. People decide to buy. We got an automated marketing system that you can use connected with your social media. upload reels, upload stories, talking about some of our products and services. People start asking questions. They just click on a link, bam, watch a video, bam, make a sale. You get paid. Now, sometimes people start asking, does this really work? Yes, I wouldn't be on the Zoom with you if it didn't. You know why? Because I didn't know who you were before tonight. I never seen you. Somebody talked to somebody who knew somebody who knew somebody, and bam, here we go. Now, sometimes when I get here, people get a little confused. They start saying, well, wait a minute, John, is that one of those pyramid things? No, pyramids are illegal. That's not what we're talking about. And pyramids don't have A+ ratings with the Better Business Bureau. Did you hear what I said? Okay? Well, let's talk about this. We're going to pay you 3 different ways. We're going to pay you up front if you make a sale. Guess what? We're going to help you make the sale. You get them on here, we're going to explain the business for you. Get them on here, we're going to answer questions for you. We're going to deal with all the heavy lifting for you. Number 2, we're going to give you something called overrides. Let's get paid off not only what you do, but what somebody else does. That's called leverage income. You already participating in that. You have a job. You're not the only employee. They got hundreds of them, if not thousands. Why? Because it gives them more productivity in a given day. Makes them more money. That's leverage income. You're on the wrong end. You're being leveraged, but not leveraging. What about residual income? How's that work? Work one time, but get paid over and over and over and over again. You might say, well, John, nobody gets paid like that. Yes, I do. I'm getting paid on work I did 20 years ago. Do you understand? I'm getting paid on work I did 10 years ago. Do you understand? I'm getting paid on work I did 5 years ago. Do you understand? And let me prove to you how we participate in this. I signed up for Netflix in 2003. Last time I checked. That means I've been a customer for them for over 2 decades. They only signed me up once. They've been making money on me ever since. I've never turned the account off. I never paused the account. I never had not had a card on the system. I never had anybody else's password. See how that worked? That's an awesome, awesome, awesome way to get paid. But let me show you how you are participating in it. How long you been with T-Mobile? How long you been with Verizon? How long you been with AT&T? How long you been with the insurance company? How long you been with the water bill company? How long you been with the electric company or the gas company, right? Doesn't matter which one. All of them you signed up once and you pay them every single month. That's residual income for them. You on the wrong end. We're going to pay you up to $70 every time someone buys our memberships. We're going to pay you up to $10 when someone else in your network moves a membership. And we're going to pay you up to $13 a month when somebody keeps the membership. Hello. Why would a person keep the membership? Did you hear what I said when I explained the financial membership? They're going to save somewhere between $200 and $1,000 per month on taxes. That's a reason to keep the membership. Okay? Let's look at how this works. Every super successful business has a network. McDonald's don't got one location, they got many. Build a network. If you want to know what's the difference between somebody that makes $50,000 a year and somebody that makes $50 million, it's about leverage. Your problem, the reason why you don't have enough, all your income come from you. It's just you. You're a one-man band. You're a one-legged man in a butt-kicking contest. You're going to fail. Okay? 10 sales a week. Boom, let's get out here. We got a year. We got 500 memberships out here. That's over $6,000 a month. Let's do 50 sales a week on the team. Well, after about a year, we got 2,500 memberships. You're making over 30 grand a month. I had no shot at 30 grand a month when I first got started in what I was doing for a job. And I wanted a shot. So what I did is I went out and changed my life. I have not had a job in over 16 years. I take care of my family. I do what I need to do in this business. I've changed folks' lives. And we want to know, do you want some of the pie? Do you want a piece of this pie? Or do you want to watch everybody else eat the pie? See, get our core membership for just $45. $45. Okay? But now here's what you got to understand. You're going to get the quick cash flow strategy, the minimize tax, build great credit, get out of debt, invest. Oh, we got all that, right? You're going to save more on taxes than this program costs every month. So if you save $200 or $300 a month on taxes, does it make sense to pay the $40.95? Yes. If you don't understand that math, you need to go back to what? School. right? That's my mother used to say, fair exchange ain't no robbery, okay? You might say, I want everything, John. What else you got? We got our elite business membership. Well, what's the difference? Well, in the elite membership, we give you everything that you see in the financial membership. Then we add the Zingo Travel Club. Then we add the Defender Plus for your identity theft protection. And then we give you what is called accelerated rank advancement in our commission structure, which pays you more money faster. Okay? That's the elite. It's $99.95 to get started with that. It's $59.95 a month thereafter. But let me tell you something, folks. It don't matter which one you do. You can start at the core and upgrade. You can start at the elite and downgrade, whatever. It don't matter. The government gonna pay for it. You gonna save more on taxes when you go through our training than it costs you to have the program. So either one of these is free. FREE. So if you know what I know and you see what I see, get back with the person that got you on here to see what's going on in the cash flow and how we changing folks' lives. Let them know you're ready to get started. You want to become an income shifter. You want to get either one of these memberships. It take you less than 5 minutes. You're in the system. Then we're going to train you. No experience required. We're going to teach you how to grow your cash flow through the strategies. While you're growing your cash flow through the strategies, then we're going to start teaching you how to make money, make sales. Let's create a new income stream, $1,000, $2,000, $5,000 on a monthly basis. And then we change your life. We change your life. So I want to thank you for getting on tonight.